Hello everybody, this is Hop to the Hippity Hop bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary, and this is a game I just recently played. I was in HD's chat channel once again, looking for 1v1s as well as trying to watch a lot of the high-level Master League players play, which I did observe a lot of people before playing this game, but my opponent is going to be Saladin, and he actually plays random on the Platinum ladder, so he is actually a very good player. But this is going to be a ZvZ on Xel'Naga Caverns. I'm going to be spawning on the bottom location as the red Zerg. My opponent Saladin spawning on the top right location as the blue Zerg. And yeah, I can't even type. Apparently I spelled good luck, have fun wrong. But yeah, I really wanted to cast this because this is probably one of the most epic ZvZ games I've had in a long time. Epic in my terms, actually, because after I was done playing the game, my hands were literally shaking. I had so much adrenaline going through my system, and it was quite ridiculous. Yeah, I just haven't had a ZvZ that went on for this long. So this is going to be pretty interesting. I'm going to be opting to go for that 15 hatch because so far I've had pretty good luck with that opening. I haven't really lost too often. And the only reason I would lose if I actually forgot to get a Roach Warren or forget to get speed. But since I practiced this so much, I think I'm going to be able to... I'm doing a better job at pulling it off. It looks like my opponent actually went for a really early spawning pull. That was about 11, I think 11 pull. Not really sure, don't really want to look back. But as you can see on the production tab, yeah, we're just kind of droning up. Nothing really too crazy going on. I actually do have a significantly more number of drones than him because he did opt to get that spawning pull as well as that extractor, so he's getting that gas really early. Maybe he's scared of early aggression, but I am actually getting this hatchery, so I'm not going to be opting to do any aggression. I'm going to be the one trying to defend. Because my opponent will have Zerglings a little faster than I will. He'll also have that speed just a bit faster, but it's okay. Looks like he is coming down now with his drone to do some scouting. And one thing I was actually pretty scared of was if he actually put a spine crawler down or something right now, because I don't have a spawning pull up, and he does actually have a spawning pull up now. So that actually could have been a pretty dangerous move. But it can easily be thwarted if you get a few drones to surround it, maybe like 4 or 5, and that really works. So maybe at the same time I wasn't too scared. I did opt to get that 15 pull as well as a 14 extractor, so I am going to be getting that Zergling speed pretty close to on time. Hatchery is going to be going up. I think in this game I opt to get a queen just at my main and not so much at my hatchery because I am forced to deal with his early Zerglings that he is going to be having out very soon, as well as having a queen out, so he's going to be able to produce Zerglings much faster than I am, because I actually, yeah, my spawning pool is still just going up, and looks like Saladin actually getting his drone kind of stuck here, or he's not paying attention. But always remember that if you do get your drone stuck, just click on the mineral patch and he'll just float right through and he'll be able to survive. Looks like I am just starting my queen now. And I think, yeah, I have an Overlord placed right over his unit, so I do see his 4 Zerglings, but my opponent is going for a really early Roach Warren on one base, so he could do a lot of damage if I'm not careful, if I'm not scouting. And unfortunately, my Overlord actually is not going to be able to see that Roach Warren, but I do actually see his Zerglings moving out, so now I'm starting to produce, on the production tab here, just a couple more zings, but he has 2, 4, 6, 8 lings, and I'm producing 4, 4, 4, so we're going to have 8 lings altogether, so it's going to be pretty tied up, and I should be able to hold this off just fine, even with this early hatchery. So in essence, I should actually be trying to drone up more right now, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I am building 3 more drones, always remembering to drone up. That is one error that I always make, and I'm actually starting to do better at. But I always think too defensive, and I get too scared and I panic a lot, so instead of making drones I end up making tons of units, and that is not what you want to do. Even while making units, I think you should just throw in a couple drones into that production when you have a lot of larvae out. It looks like I am now starting to get that second queen on my expansion. And now I'm just going to be scouting around with my lings because speed will be up pretty soon. Yeah, it's about 75% done. But nice Overlord placement by Saladin. I actually should have brought one of my Overlords here as well to scout this, to scout any like movement from my opponent. But yeah, I'm going to be coming in, and I think this is where I spot his roaches, and I'm like, okay, my Roach Warren is almost up, and if he decides to come out and attack me, I'll be able to get roaches out. But look right here, he's actually going to be sniping my my Overlord and my not my roaches, my Zerglings. What I meant to do is actually bring my Zerglings up. For some reason, they came all the way down to the hatchery, and I was trying to surround this queen to save my Overlord, but unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna be able to save it, and it's gonna die, causing me to be supply blocked pretty heavily. I actually don't know if I have any overlords. Yeah, I have 2 overlords coming on the production tab because that's what you kind of want to do if you supply bulk yourself really hard, or if you lose an overlord. Build a couple more to compensate. And I do have a pretty good number of roaches, and I think I'm going to be moving out with these roaches. Just do some early aggression. And as QXC always said, you know, if you're not attacking, you're probably doing something wrong. But that's not the quote. If you're not attacking, you're probably losing. That's the quote. So instead of having my roaches just at the front, I'm going to take a peek and see what he has. Not necessarily to, you know, go in and destroy his army and maybe trade armies. No, that's not exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm just going to be going in, just giving him a little scare, showing him that I do have a pretty big number of roaches. It's kind of like poker. You just want to kind of show your hand. My second extractor is now up, as well as a layer, so I'm going to be getting my layer to get those hydras out. And I'm going to do a little harass on his hatchery here. But oh, this roach might go down if I don't micro it correctly, and I don't. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to bring it out to a different direction. But I do see that he has a pretty big number of roaches. Maybe just a couple more than I do. So I'm actually going to be picking off one of his roaches. So a little blunder on my opponent's part. But now I'm going to be backing off after doing that bit of harass. And let's look at the harvest tab here. Yeah, I actually should be droning up much harder. Especially during that attack, I should have droned up. But I think I'm opting to make more roaches. Which is kind of a mistake. It really is a mistake because I see that it has so few roaches, and instead of making roaches try to attack this, I really should be droning up, because as you can see here, he is overreacting right now by building a ton of roaches as well. So really, what I should have been doing, maybe I should have scouted this a little earlier, as well as built a couple spine crawlers, just 2, don't need anything too much. And then backed up and just built tons of drones. Well, I am actually opting to get my Hydra done, as well as 2 Evo chambers, so I'm going to be opting to get those upgrades, because upgrades are very important in ZvZ, just because it's a mirror matchup, and you are bound to have identical units, and you definitely want to have that +1/+2 armor upgrade as well. So looks like a little skirmish is going to be going down, and I see that he does have quite a bit more roaches than I do, so I'm going to be backing off into this little back area, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave my roaches here. My plan is to come in, maybe do a little harass to his drone line. But Saladin actually does nicely place his drones here. On the production tab here, yeah, I'm actually opting to get those upgrades for the Hydras, and as well as the +1 and +1 armor and attack. I said +1 twice. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, these guys actually should be mining gas. Oh, that's a little blunder. Oh my gosh. So yeah, my macro slipping just a little bit, and I'm producing 14 Zerglings because I see that he has a lot of roaches here, but I'm positive that he won't have any attacking units in his main besides Queen. So what my plan is to come in with the roaches, to do a little harass here and just back out, and have my Zerglings come into the main. So it's going to be a 2-pronged attack. Looks like my opponent is going to be putting down a Hydra Den, and actually opt to get that roach speed very late. My opponent actually does not opt to get that roach speed, but that roach speed should have come up as soon as this layer was up, so a little blunder there. I should have actually got that speed much earlier. And as you can see here, I don't think he actually saw me moving in. Yeah, I'm moving in now to do a little damage, but my speedlings are going to be coming in. I don't think sound is on, actually. Is sound on? Huh. Oh, I guess sound is on, yeah. I just have really low. And I accidentally click my roaches as well as my Zerglings over, and for some reason I'm attacking the layer. I don't know why. I meant to just move attack into this area to kill off the drones, but unfortunately I misclicked the layer, and oh, that was a little blunder, but I did actually manage to kill a lot of his drones. So on the harvester tab here, yeah, I'm actually pretty far ahead. I should be producing more drones now, maybe sometime soon grabbing my 3rd as well. It's around the 13-minute mark is when I want to be grabbing my throne. And if you look here, I actually opting to place my overlords kind of nicely. The reason I have this overlord here is to scout for when he does get that 3rd, and if my opponent does try to get some kind of ninja hatchery, I have my overlord here as well. So yeah, just trying to keep my overlords in place. Looks like my opponent is going to be moving up for a pretty big attack, but the problem here is my roach hydra ratio is very bad. I should have much more roaches, many more roaches compared to my hydras, and this is looking pretty bad actually. I should be opting to get more roaches. I think that's exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm getting 4 more roaches, but my opponent is going to be moving in now, which is a very bad time. He doesn't have hydras, but hydras do pretty good damage against roaches. So, oh, a little miss micro there, misclick. I'm messing up pretty badly. I do have my overseer now, but I don't think I'm going to be able to hold this off because roaches are going to be able to clean up these charges pretty well. Now more reinforcements coming in, but he has a nice concave on my little army here, which is slowly getting whittled away, and this is looking pretty bad. I'm actually in a lot of trouble right now. I really I'm struggling to get those units out, and it looks like my my +1 actually did finish. Now I'm getting that +2 upgrades, so my roaches actually are going to be doing a little more damage. So I'll have an advantage on that part. But he's going to be sniping my queen, and I'm pretty scared that I'm going to lose this game. So what I do, if you ever think you're going to lose a battle that will cost you a game, just pull all your drones, and that'll actually force your opponent to move back or do something else. Which kind of is what happened here. So I was able to barely hold that off, just barely, but I think he did a pretty good number on my economy. Yeah, I think he picked off a couple of drones, and my opponent nicely placing his overlord here to see when I'll get my 3rd expansion. Very smart of him here. I think he actually drops changelings every now and then. But for the time being, I'm actually going to be moving out to do some kind of counter, but I think, yeah, actually, oh, this attack could have done a lot more than I thought. Maybe if I ran into his main or something, but he does have a lot of Zerglings. I think he's producing, yeah, he's producing 5 more Hydras and 12 more Zerglings, so he should be able to clean up my army pretty easily. I am trying to focus down the Hydra, so you see a lot of roaches just running around doing nothing. But all these Zerglings are going to be coming out to surround my roaches and clean me up pretty well. So yeah, losing all those roaches. I should have probably backed up after killing maybe a couple of those Hydras, knowing the damage was done, and just played a little more passively. But my opponent now is going to be moving in, so as you can see, this is very back and forth, countering back and forth as fast as we can. Just a lot of craziness going on. But he actually doesn't have roaches to really support his Hydras. And same here actually. Little blunder, I'm actually not opting to get a lot of roaches. I need a lot more roaches and Hydras in this mix. I'm not really quite sure of the ratio, but I just know that more roaches are better than Hydras because Hydras are so weak. Granted, they do a lot of damage, but just look how weak they are. They're 80 health, and they're also light units. So they do take a lot of damage. I accidentally misclicked my hatchery and ended up attacking it once, but it's okay. I'm actually trying to micro my guys back a little bit. I'm trying to kill out these Zerglings. Having roaches in the front to tank the damage while my Hydras are in the back. So 4 Hydras really aren't going to be doing much. And I don't cancel the Spine Crawler, so losing 100 minerals there, but it's okay. I'm actually racking up a lot of gas, so I really should be opting to get more Hydras. Maybe even put down an Infestor Pit, because now my 3rd is going up, and that's really when you want to be getting your Infestor Pit. But unfortunately, I am not getting that yet, just yet. Oh, and I think he dropped the Changeling, but that's actually, I think I killed it off. Is it here anymore? Nope, yeah, I did kill it off somewhere. So I have, wow, 3 Overlords just chilling over here. And now Saladin is opting to break down the ROPs to grab his 3rd, and same as me, I'm doing the same thing, but my hatchery is already built, so I'm just going to be a tad bit ahead. I really should be joining up just a bit harder, as well as Saladin, so that's 2 things that we